And hold on. And then go to
We're live.
there. I remember we're already live. Silly. Hi, Judy Allen here. I am not at home, out at the farm. And gosh, we're making progress. You can see that we've painted the walls here, and we've also done some trim, and we've done some stuff in the bathroom and stuff. So it's been a painting week, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So we still have people here. So you'll hear some noise in the background, but it'll be okay because we're just one step closer to getting this finished. Whoop, whoop. And I won't be quite the road runner just for this, right? So today we're going to make this cute little treat box. What do you think? Okay. It's a different version than is in the club kit this month, but it's still something very similar. And I want to show it to you. And then we're also going to make a nice card as well, too. So let's go down the hands and let's do this, right? So here you can see, I got it right here. And we're going to make the card first, right? This is just a simple diagonal card, okay? So we're going to be making this. And let me show you. The airplane is most probably the trickiest thing. Not really tricky, but it's something you want to watch out for, and when you cut the cardstock as well, too. So let me show you. So I always like to show you how it's done. So this was actually one, well, that's not the right one, right? 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. There we go. So you can see it's 1 8.5 by 11. And we scored it 4 1/4 all the way down here, and then 5 1/2 right there. So when you do this, you want to put this, line this corners up just like this on your paper trimmer. So you're just, where the cutting portion is, you're just going to lay this up right up here. And it's larger than the paper trimmer. You need to take your scoring tool out when you do this. Do it diagonally here, we see better. And then you're just going to put these corners each on the score line there. And then you're just going to score it all the way down. Now, you're going to have a little bit that you might have to trim with your scissors, but it's okay. It's straight, and you know what's going to happen, right? If you really want to, you could actually score this as well, too. But it's not necessary, right? You're just going to make sure each of these corners lined up in the cutting area. And then you're just going to cross, and like I said, you're going to use your scissors to cut it off, okay? So you actually can make 2 cards, right, just by doing this. And then, as I normally do, I would tell you just go ahead and fold on the score lines, right? That way you know what you're going to be doing. As you can see here, when I did this one here, we're opening it just like this, okay? So let's put the airplane together. I'm just going to show you just one time. I already got them together for the treat holder. So it's going to go like this when you get through. So you can see when you flip it over, that both of these are die cut, just 2 different papers. So you can see when you fold this over, that's how it's going to look. All right, so you don't want to put glue on everything. You just want to put it on whatever's going to adhere to the base of the plane itself, all right? So we're just going to take the glue here. And so basically it's just right here, the front part of the engine. All right? And we have this piece right here, but it's just the top part of this piece, okay? It's not the whole thing. Just put it just gently around the top part here. And then we'll go around the wheels, okay? And let's see here. Just to show you how we're going. So see here, the top part's not even going to go there. So the easiest way, I've still got this right here. We're going to put some right here because this is going to go down here too. And when you assemble this, the easiest way to do it is start with the tail, okay? So we're going to start with the tail right there and anchor it. And we're just going to position the other stuff right like that. And that's how easy it is. And I've been wiping paint on my shirt, so I'll just let some glue on my shirt. Okay, so you see how this is going to look right there? Now, the other thing that we're going to add, this is die cut also. This is the blade, right? You have to have your motor to be able to turn on these. So this is, we're just going to put this right here. Now, this is a Night and Navy. The reddish color you see here is Cherry Cobbler. And the other is Smoky Slate. Yeah, just put it on quiet, silent. Okay, so this lines up right where it's supposed to. It's not like it's got X marks the spot for you, so you don't even have to think too hard about it, okay? So I'm going to put this right here. This is just, we put the DSP right on top of this right here. So this is going to go on the outside. This is going to go on the inside. Now this here is taken Smoky Slate. No, Basic Gray. I took Basic Gray ink, and I stamped it once. to get the excess right, and this is the second stamp off. So you see where I stamped it once and see how dark it would be, and I stamped off this. So this is the second stamp off, so I could get it light enough so I could sit in there and turn around and stamp this on top. And so you see I did this back here, but I wanted a larger plane, so nobody's going to know unless they watch the video or watch the live. And if you're watching the live, you please be sure hello. And I got Zoe here supervising me, and she can let me know if somebody's there, and I need to be sure to say hi, right? So let me go ahead and get this on the inside. We'll get it down right here. And we'll just center it just like we would anything else. And this is just going to fold over just like the flap right here. Now, when we go to put this on top, okay, we don't need the whole flap, right? We want the bottom part. It's not going to be glued down. Just the top part is, okay? So when we go to put this down, what I did to make it a little bit easier for me, I actually did mine a little diagonal. I sort of like that. Do you like the diagonal too? Okay. She's going to agree because she's on her phone. All right. So what I did to do this, I didn't mess up on the gluing. I just took it like this here, and I sat there and put glue back here. It just makes life easier, right? I'm all about making life easier. And then all I did was come and I folded it over. There you go. And it's right how I laid it out. And you can see how this is going to be. All right. So from here, the airplane I put up on dimensionals. And so we have our dimensionals here handy. I'm looking. Let's see. I did have them handy. Oh, here they are right here. Okay, there you go. All right. So we're just going to put the airplane on here. And then we're just going to stamp happy birthday. And that's how easy this is, right? Now, you could add embellishments. I didn't add embellishments, so when you see the original one, I didn't, but I could, right? So a couple of embellishments that will work. I'll see if let Zoe be the judge of what we want to put on here. So, yeah, so we have the, if you've got the suite, the suite had these right here, which look really nice, too. So these are real nice. These are industrial trinkets, and I love them because you can either do them this way, or you can flip them over this way, right? They're shiny any way you go. So it's just got details in it, right? So let me get that close where you see the details. And you flip it over, there's the other detail. So that's a possibility. The other possibility that I used as well, these are called adhesive back texture dots. And I thought these looked really good too, and I've used them. So see here, it's just got the whole rustic look to it. So what do you think, Zoe? I was thinking about putting them right there on the wheels. You like that better, or you like this one here? You like this better? Okay. So I'm going to put these actually on the wheel. And then when I write happy birthday, I'll put another one down there with happy birthday. So you don't have to put them just right here on the wheels, right? You could put them anywhere else. I could see actually putting 3 together in a row. That would look real nice as well too, right? Okay, and I'm just going to stamp happy birthday on here. So we're stamping just directly on the cardstock. Okay. I'm going to come right here, stamp happy birthday. Now, if you want to stamp anything else, you're just going to judge the distance to see how nice that works. So now we're just done with the card, right? Except for adding any other bling that we might want to. And I was talking about adding one possibly to here. So I would just put it right over here. Okay, and we have our happy birthday card. So you have to let me know what you think, right? All right, so this is part of your free, right? If you do you sit there and do this is a free class to go. If you do a $35 purchase, then you get the cards that we made last week and what we make this week. And otherwise, if you do $50, then you sit there and you'll get some embellishments too. So we'll let you know that today, die sets and stamp set combos. I'm looking for the thing to clean my stamp. The combos today are starting today through the rest of June are 10% off. And that's also including the embossing machine and die cutting machines. Those are 10% off too. So bundles are already 10% off, so you get an additional 10% off on top of that. And actually, if you go online, it'll show you the marked out so you know what the new cost is for that 10% discount. So Just FYI, so if you want to do this or do the June Club is doing the Adventurous Sky. Alright, so we're going to sit there and make the base first. And the base, I've got all my pieces right here. And I'll show you, I was experimenting on sizes, right? So I was trying to see what size I wanted, and I just had to keep on working on getting bigger and bigger. Same thing with the bottom. So I wanted to be able to put something a little bit bigger because I could put candy in here, I could put gum in there, you know, whatever. Whoever I'm giving it to, it's going to be whatever they want. Okay, so this is 5 by, my cheat sheet's down there. It's 5 by, I want to say it's 5 by 7 and some change there. So what we're going to do with that is I fold on the score lines like we usually do, just so we see where we're going. Oops. Okay, so this is a 5 by 7 1/4 scored at 2 inches all the way around. All right, so this is going to look a little different than we normally do things. So that's because I took something small and I kept on sizing it up to what I wanted and get the support I wanted. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take this here, and you know, just like we do when it's small, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to cut it over here, so it'll fold down nice and all. You're going to see how it's going to look in the end. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So like I said, it's just a little bit different than normal, but it works, right? There's different ways you could build this and do it, and this is just how I did it because I was taking something super small, and I kept on sizing it up. Yes. So the exciting thing is they're getting out an old tub because we're going to have a new walk-in shower. So that's the noise you're hearing right now. Yeah. Here we go.
This is like a ponytail. Did you see it? See that ponytail?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You got to see humor in the things, right? Yeah, so we are live. That's a cute thing. All right. There we go. So if you have any questions, be sure to ask. Yep. All right. So now we're ready. We're ready to put this together. So the easiest way for me is I just usually come. Let's do it like this. We're just going to lightly put some. So it is going to have a little bit more bulk on the sides than we normally do, but that's okay for me because that just means I can have heavier candy in here, right? That's all it means. So whatever I want to put in here, it can be heavier than what I originally would if I said just used. Originally, I was going to use some DSP paper, but this will really hold nice and sturdy. So you can see that. It's going to be different, like I said, than we normally see. But it's okay, it works, and that's the main thing. Like I said, it's a 5 by 7 and 1/4. Yep, scored at 2 inches on all sides. So by doing that, it's just going to give me a thin bottom, right? Make sure I did it the same. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So here we go. This is our base. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to do it like that. So you're just going to make sure that your corners are squared. Okay? So like in this one here, I say this one shifted on me while I flipped it over. So let's see what we do here. See if I've got enough leadway still to tear it off, or I shouldn't say tear it off, but basically that's what you're doing, right? Because, let's see what we got here. Okay. I did not see it shift when I flipped it over. Okay, because we want all the corners to square up, right? Because now we'll be able to just slightly bend it like this, right? And so we can do it any way we want to. So we're going to actually build the lid now. So the lid is going to be the same thing. The only difference is this 2.5 by 4 3/4. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold all of our score lines so we can see what we got going. This is on Designer Series paper. I really like the clouds because, you know, having this next to the clouds just looks like you're right there. So we're going to do the same thing. So do this and we're going to trim it. There's the tips. So this one won't be as bulky as the other one, right? Because it's much smaller. And actually this is the size I started off with. So I had to keep on, after we did it, we decided, well, we wanted it to be of a bigger treat. So it's like, okay, if we're going to give a bigger treat, then we have to size it up a little, right? So we actually took the miniature one like I was showing you, and we just kept on getting it taller until we got it the size we wanted. So if you ask me how we did that, it's math, right? It's deciding what you want, and then it's using the math to get there. So you just have to keep in mind that whatever you add, usually in this particular case, I just added the increments to wherever the score line was at, right? So if I was scoring on this one at, let's see, I was scoring at 1 1/4, I believe it was. So then if I want to add, that's where I just added, because I knew that I wanted this right here to be the same size. I didn't want that to change. So whatever I added was on the outline. So you have to take into account you're doing 4 sides, not just 2 sides, right? When you do your math. So here we go. I have this together, and then we'll do the top. So for me, not only do I envision doing it like this, but I envision it also, how nice would it be to sit there and make this into, let's say, an ornament, right? For me, it's never too late to start thinking about the holidays, right? Because I have Coker Fest, and then we have the holidays, and there's always something going on, right? So if I can think ahead and do ahead, I don't always, right? We always have more things we want to do than we have time to do. That's a goal, right? It's a goal. Goals are made to change because we've got to be flexible. All right. So yes, so some of you had asked about our son. Our son John is doing much better now. You know, for the holidays, it was a sort of a rough time, and they had to. So if you didn't know, he has seizures. He's got epilepsy. So the holidays were a lot of going on with that, and then he had to have some minor surgery in February, and then now it's just working on getting him back to his regular self. So there you go. But he's doing good. He really is. Compared to the holidays and the first of the year through February, it's a lot better. Okay, now see how this is going to fit just right there? And I actually just did it like that a little bit, because originally I thought I was going to make this into a bag, but I decided to just leave it as a treat, okay? So, so what we have here then is we have this here. So what we're going to do with this, we got 2 airplanes. Now the trick to this is here's what the airplane looks like when you assemble it, like I assembled it a while ago. All right? So to get the back look, we're actually going to put these together. And you know what, Zoe? I'm going to need, I packed it away, but I'm going to need like, no, I can go ahead and do it. I was doing it for the ornament when I was doing it, but I don't have to do it this. But anyway, so this is how it looks when we do it. All right? Now, in order to get the back side where it looks like this, is you have to just reverse the plane, right? And you have to reverse this part here. And that's how we get the look, and that's how we're going to get what we want here. That could either be an ornament, or it could be what we're going to use it for. All right, so what we're going to do with this is, and then I just lined these up. So when you line these 2 up, I just mirrored these so that they'd be in the same spot. That's all I did. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put some adhesive just on the top up here. So we're going to make sure it's going to adhere right here at the top. Now, if I was going to sit there and make this into an ornament, this is when I would put my ribbon right here, where else, twine, or wherever you're going to use, right? And then we're just going to glue these top pieces together. And that's all I did right here for the beginning, okay? I just want to show you. You can see how I've done this here. So I am going to use some glue dots. That's what I used here. But just the beginning, I just did this right here. That's all I've done. You can see in here, I've got sort of a little, like an M shape. This is what makes it a pop-up. So especially if you're going to do an ornament, and I'm not going to have the bottom here, I would sit there and that would allow it to pop open, okay, to make it an ornament. I was busy toying around making an ornament as well as doing what I was doing here, so that's what you got. So what I did here is so this is actually clouds that you stamped and die cut, and the same as I did with the plain, I sat there and this is a stamp off. Here was what color it was originally when you do the first stamp, and when you do this, the second stamp there, that's the color. So I wanted a lighter color. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and put these at the top. Now when I did this at the top, put this side for us, we're just going to put just a little bit here. I'm not trying to put this whole thing there. I'm just doing the edges. And the reason for that is we need it to be able to flex a little on top so I can put my airplane on top. All right, so it's just right here on the edges. And we're just going to do it like this right here. You see, that fits perfectly, and that's what I wanted. So I actually had to dink with this, kept on trying things out until I got it where I wanted. But you can see the glue's hidden, and that was just a little bit on the top, and that'll hold, okay? We're going to do the other one too. And this is what gives us the flexibility to put the plane on top. Because when you glue the plane together, like I did, it won't go wide enough, right? So even you got to glue it somewhere to hold it together. So the other option would be is that you just didn't have it together and you just had a plane on each side. All right? So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to put the edge of it right there. And I'll give it a moment to dry. It won't take that long. And while it's doing that, doing its thing to dry, I'm going to set it right back here. And we're going to make these. So these, both of these, I already put them together, but both of these are die cut. This is just Night of Navy, and these are die cut from the set. Well, now, I did Happy Birthday first, because this is going to come from the plane back here. And I did two of them, because when I did just one, it was flimsy. And you can see when I did this one here, it's definitely more sturdy. And I did Happy Birthday on both sides, so it's not real flimsy. When I first did it, it was flimsy, and it was easy to tear off. So what I did is I just did it, and we reversed it, right? So when you reverse this, I went ahead and stamped this, and I lined them up just like this. And then I flipped it over, the two together, and so we could stamp Happy Birthday this way, right? The first time I did it backwards, and I just flipped it over and redid it. So we're just going to glue these together, because when we glue these together, that's what's going to give it the extra strength, so it's not going to be so flimsy. Because this is really thin. So when I put the two together, it won't be so thin, and it just holds up better. We were busy playing around with this, and in fact, it was so flimsy, I was able just to easily tear it off. Okay. So we just want to make sure we get this lined up here. Again, that's why I use the liquid glue, right? Because the liquid glue gives me the flexibility to do this. All right. There you go. See how we get that? So you can see that on both sides, we've got them both lined up, and we have it right there. All right, so all I did with this is I just used glue dots now to sit there and adhere this together. And then we just stuck it right down inside the tail. So I just put a glue dot on each side, okay? That's all I did. Put one here, and then we'll turn around and put one here. I had more of a time just to get it not to stick to me, as you can see. All right. In fact, what I did here the first time, I said just like that. Okay. We'll take it off. Then we'll take it off here. There we go. Got it. All right. So all we're doing now is we're just going to take this in between the top. I did it at the top of the tail of the plane. All right. And you just want to make sure it's sort of like, it's up to you if you want it sticking straight out. I did mine sticking straight out. I just made sure the tails were back aligned like that. And I'll match it like that. And there we go. So now then all we're going to do is we're going to lift this up like this. Now this will not exactly fit. So what's going to happen, it's just going to be the wheels. So if you look here, it's just the wheels that are holding this on. And you see I didn't glue those down there so I could show you. So it's just the wheels. All right? Okay, so we're going to do that. And I think I did that with a glue dot as well, too. I could glue it, but let's just do it with a glue dot at the moment. It seems to be the safer route. Okay, so because I use a glue dot, right, it allows me to have flexibility as well. So I'm going to put one here. And we'll get this one on, and then we'll get the other one on. All right, so I was doing it just like right here, because I wanted this to be a plane to be about centered. Won't be perfectly centered, but about, right? So it just looks like it's all together, right? So I'm just going to press that there together with the glue dot. All right, and then we're just going to put a glue dot on the other side and do the same thing. And then we have our treat box that has the airplane on top. So how cool is that? Right? So yeah, so a lot of this I prepped for in advance, right? So I didn't, you don't have to watch me make an airplane 3 times. You only need to watch me make it once. Okay, again, so when you go do this, we're just making sure the same thing, right? You just want to make sure it's level. It still looks the same right there. Okay? So there you go. There's our treat box. And you just pull the lid off and you can put what you want in there. Ghirardelli chocolate's good. We talked about bubble gum. We talked about runts. I mean, it just depends on what your person likes. Aunt Jennifer said not to give it to a special peep in my life because he would want to take it. She told me not to show it unless it's for him. All right, and it's not his birthday either. But there you go. How about that? You have to be sure to let me know what you think. This one I cut out an extra airplane just to add on it, just to see how it would look. But you can decorate it however you. I didn't decorate this a whole lot because I like it like this. We could, right, if she's doing this, if you wanted to, you could easily come and just if you want a little decoration, just because you wanted to, you could easily come in and put these here. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and do this here, just so I can be different than the other one, right? So I don't like go and clone and give everybody the same thing usually. And even when I do craft shows, okay, how about we put it right there? There. Okay. So when I do craft shows, same thing. They look for things that are different, right? Some of them want exactly the same thing. I have had people say, would you make some more for me or make this because I have so many people and I want it to be exactly the same. But lots of times people are just looking for something unique and different. I'm just going to put this one up here then since I did that. These are just nice and different, right? There we go. There we go. I don't know if I like that one there, Zoe. I might move it back to the middle. What do you think? Move it to the middle? Yeah, she likes it better if I move it to the middle. All right, I'm not worried. That'll go dry. Let's move this to the middle. Line up. Yep. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, right? It's just easy to go out there and create, share, and give. Let me get us back up here. If I can. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Take some adjustment, right? So I get my techie here and show more X is the spot where I need to do things. So there you go. That's how easy it is to make the treat box with the airplane on top, as well as the fun fold card that we did. That is a, I forget what it was called, triangle fold card. So here you go. Here's the card, right? And then here is the treat box. Let's see. Yep, let's see if I can get that to you there. All right. So that's all part of the free class to go kit. And it's just through, right? It's through the 16th of the month or whatever the 15th. It's through the 15th of the month and we start something else. So if you're interested in the kit of Adventurous Sky, now's a great time to get the bundle. It's already 10% off. You get add another 10%. And you sit there and you'll get a kit as well too. So with that, be blessed. I hope you enjoyed it today. And if you did, be sure to share it. And also be sure to follow us on YouTube as well as Instagram, where we'll post our videos and also our pictures of our projects. Be blessed. Look forward to seeing you next week on Keep It Simple or Step It Up. Bye.